Hello, today is Friday, November 18th, and this is Friday 5 at 5 with the Denver Public Library. We're coming to you a week early this month since we have a holiday next week. My name is Erin. I'm a librarian at DPL's Central Library, and in 15 minutes or less, we'll have you up to speed on 5 new titles out this month that we can't wait for you to read or listen to. The holidays, along with shorter days and colder temps, can really ramp up stress levels. Give yourself the gift of mindfulness and meditation with guide Lisa Lowe, virtually, from your home or office. Ideal for ages 12 to 112. Each class will include some teaching on mindfulness themes, such as types of meditation, resilience, stress reduction, and more, followed by 30 minutes of practice. Try it out once, come every week, or just drop in when you're looking for a safe space to meditate. The next session is Friday, November 25th and goes from 10 till 10:45 a.m. More info at the link below. Our first title today is a debut, The Confessions of Matthew Strong, by academic and noted historian Uthman K. Power Green. The mystery challenges the reader while keeping them engaged. Told from the point of view of a kidnapped black woman, a brilliant professor of philosophy, as she narrates the events that lead up to her abduction by a white supremacist. Allie not only has to navigate academic politics, but hate mail from people who disagree with her position. This is juxtaposed by her Southern background and her family still in the South. Then she gets drawn into the disappearances of numerous black women and how law enforcement repeatedly fails in their search, and instead, the community comes together to search for their own. This book doesn't stop with the participants. It also urges readers to consider more passive complicity in violent movements, as Allie wonders about the women who might have known his plan and said nothing. Was their silence a greater threat than the ideas used to persuade their husbands, brothers, or sons to embrace Matthew Strong's mission? Drawing on her perspective as a survivor of an act of terrorism, Allie uses passionate language, and The Confessions of Matthew Strong is likely to provide fodder for deeper discussion. Power Green offers readers a thought-provoking examination of race and politics and violence wrapped inside a timely, compelling story. From other press and available at DPL in print and as an ebook. For some read-alikes, Bluebird by Attica Locke and Old Bones by Trudy Nan Boyce share a similar Southern vibe and focus on racial injustice as well. Next up, Gail Jones continues her marvelous run after last year's Pulitzer finalist Palmar's with this gloriously demented story of an artist who keeps trying to off her husband. Set primarily on the island of Ibiza, The Birdcatcher is narrated by the writer Amanda Wordlaw, whose closest friend, a gifted sculptor named Catherine Struger, is repeatedly institutionalized for attempting to kill a husband who never leaves her. The three form a quirky triangle on the whitewashed island. The Birdcatcher is written in the first person, and it is through Amanda's watchful eyes that we encounter this loving but lethal relationship. The compelling oddness of the situation is compounded by the fact that everyone carries on as normal. Ernest tells Amanda about an article he is writing on psychokinesis and a woman who causes destruction as the only way of expressing her little dissatisfactions. When Amanda asks if this might apply to his wife, he replies, "I've stopped trying to explain Catherine." Catherine is suspicious of Amanda's intentions toward her husband, but, in Jones's fearsome, fractured narrative, her potential for violence seems no more alarming than anything else that might befall these social outsiders. From Beacon Press and available at DPL in print or as an ebook and e-audiobook. For another examination of women, art, and mental illness, pick up White on White by Asagul Savas or Jamie Ford's The Many Daughters of Afong Moy. Dolly Chu, award-winning professor from NYU of social psychology and author of the acclaimed The Person You Mean to Be, gives us the psychological tools we need to grapple with the truth of our country in her latest book, A More Just Future, psychological tools for reckoning with our past and driving social change. Through heart-rending personal histories and practical advice, Chu invites us to dismantle the systems built by our forebears and work towards a more just future. The racial fault lines of our country have been revealed in stark detail as our national news cycle is flooded with stories about the past. If you are just now learning about the massacre in Tulsa, the killing of Native American children in compulsory residential schools designed to destroy their culture, and the incarceration of Japanese Americans, you are not alone. The seeds of today's inequalities were sown in past events like these. The time to unlearn the whitewashed history we believed was true is now. Marked by its authenticity and sense of encouragement, this is a welcome look at how the average person can help fulfill America's promise. From publisher Atria and available at DPL in print and as an ebook. For additional background, consider Why We're Polarized by Ezra Klein. And for some hope, try The Way Out, How to Overcome Toxic Polarization by Peter T. Coleman. Our next title, Diasporican by Ileana Mycenae, is a stunning cookbook going deeper than the recipes. Turning the pages of this cookbook feels like being honored, stepping into a sacred kitchen, being allowed to observe and learn about tradition, generational recipes, culture, and the heart and love of food and family. Not only are the photographs gorgeous, the stories and the recipes resonate with emotion and warmth. In addition to traditional recipes and family stories, Mycenae talks about how she wove the past with the present and adjusted for the current atmosphere. The way this cookbook is both historical and modern really celebrates the food within on all levels. In the introduction and throughout the book, Mycenae shares glimpses of her life, the fusion of cultures at the heart of Puerto Rican cooking, the immigrant experience that makes her cooking diasporican, and her experiences in Puerto Rico. She also points out places where Puerto Rico has been shaped by Spanish colonialism, slavery, and U.S. imperialism. Some of the seasonings and ingredients may be unfamiliar to cooks and may require access to an international grocery or specialist grocery, but many or most of the ingredients will be easily found at any grocery store in North America. The recipes range from simple to intricate, and a well-balanced variety of all to appeal to every comfort level of home cook. This family food history takes you through the island and across the way through the diverse and rich recipes of the Puerto Rican culinary landscape. From 10-speed press and available in print and as an ebook. Here are some read-alikes. Ghetto Gastro Black Power Kitchen by John Gray delivers a powerful manifesto for living and eating to stimulate the body, mind, and heart in a book that promises Black excellence through recipes, art, and thought-provoking text. While Mamacita is a love letter to author Andrea Ponz's native Mexico, weaving stories of her family's immigration to the United States amongst the text. Originally published in German in 2021 and now available in English, is Jan Philip Sendker's novel, The Rebel and the Thief. 18-year-old Neri, his parents and siblings, have a modest but secure existence as servants in the villa of a wealthy family. Until the pandemic comes, Neri's entire family is laid off and stares into the abyss of deepest poverty. The previously well-behaved monastic student does not want to wait for the mercy of an indifferent government and, in the face of growing hardship, rebels against his father's resignation to fate. Sneaking past the patrols at night through a sealed-off city, he returns to the villa to get what the family needs to survive. Waiting for him there is his childhood friend Mary, who not only gives him food, but has a larger plan that will change the lives of the town and the two of them forever. Themes are universal even though we see the specific impact of the disease on one young man. He is confronted with the moral challenge that all people face on planet Earth. Accept the suffering brought about by human-made systems of oppression and privilege, or break the rules to alleviate some of that suffering. This is a modern day take on the Robin Hood fable, the haves and haves not. It is also the universal story of two lovers from different worlds who learn what matters in the face of disaster: courage to resist, will to change, and unconditional trust in each other. From other press and available to place on hold in print at DPL. A couple of read-alike suggestions. The Stationery Shop by Marjan Kamali depicts love lost and found against the coup d'etat in Iran in 1953, while The Year of Our Love by Caterina Bonvenici focuses more on class differences and privilege that repel and attract two best friends to rekindle their love over many years. And, in case you missed it, Jollof Rice and Other Revolutions, a novel in interlocking stories by Omolola Ijeoma Ogunyemi, is a debut, like our first book. The 10 chapters here work as standalone pieces, but to read them together rewards audiences with mesmerizing intertwined narratives, highlighting 4 Nigerian best friends and their extended circles through a century and a half across continents and cultures. Students at an all-girls boarding school, Nonso, Remy, Aisha, and Solape, forge an unbreakable sisterhood that is tempered during a school rebellion, an uprising with repercussions that will forever reverberate through their lives. The children of well-to-do families, these young women have been raised with a thirst for independence, believing a university education is their right, a legacy of ambition and hope inherited from their foremothers. Ogunyemi writes powerfully and compellingly of relationships, both romantic and non-romantic. Set between 1897 and 2050, the stories move across countries: Nigeria, Poland, and the United States. Whether set in the past, the present, or the future, the author's characters are recognizably human, and their struggles and desires explored in incisive, delightful prose. From Amistad Press and available at DPL in print and as an ebook. For more stories about friends coming together and falling apart with a multicultural lens, check out Best of Friends by Camilla Shamsi, set in Pakistan and England, or Fiona and Jane by Jean Chun Ho splits Taiwanese American besties between California and New York. That's it for this month. Thank you for tuning in to Denver Public Library's Friday 5 at 5. We hope you enjoy these great reads and listens. Check out or place a hold on these titles and a whole lot more right now at denverlibrary.org, link below. Tune in next month for some more recommended reads. Bye.